What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I am Straight Facts Unmatched, and I'm back with another reaction video. So let's go ahead and get off into it. I wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk about Olivia. So Olivia did that live the other day, and it was called, I believe, like let's clear some things up or something like that, where she proceeded to continue to keep telling lies on top of lies about her situation. So let's go ahead and get off into it. Okay, well, she got on here and she was talking about that she was never served anything off in Texas. No, you were not served in Texas because you dipped out on your lease, remember? You knew exactly what was coming to you, so you made sure that you went back to Florida before you got stuck off in Texas and didn't have any help with your mother. So let's just be clear as to why you didn't get served that paperwork off in Texas. You didn't get served that paperwork off in Texas is because you dipped out on your lease. You broke your lease. He didn't even know that you had left. That's what he said. He made a video about all of this, so I don't understand why you would get on here and talk about this like people can't find out the truth about the lies that you're telling. I mean, let's be clear. You're too old to you're too old to keep getting on here telling all of these lies when you can sit up there and tell the truth. You said that's what you was getting on there to do, but all you did was sit there and lie. And I was just sitting up there shaking my head like, okay, so she's really going to sit up there and say that she didn't get served no papers. You didn't get served no papers because you broke your lease before he could even serve you with anything. You already knew what y'all situation was before you left. You already knew about what was going on, but you chose to act as if like you were more superior than him because you're the mother of those kids, and you thought you was going to be able to go off into that courtroom and probably dress provocative and give some type of sob-ass story, and they was going to feel sorry for you and not remove those kids from you, but you got a rude awakening. Especially with you not having no lawyer. And the whole thing with you not wanting a lawyer is because you felt in your mind that nothing was going to happen to your kids. So therefore, you didn't go get you no lawyer. That's what happened. You kept saying, I don't need no lawyer. My kids is not going nowhere. They're not going to take my kids away from me. But evidently, they found something, some type of grounds or something for them to be able to remove those kids from you and place them with their father temporarily or whatever the case may be because they're staying with him and you're having to pay child support. So if it was 50-50, why would you have to pay child support to him? Usually, from what I know, that if somebody's paying child support and they're not in the household with the other parent, it's because they're going to be staying with that parent permanently or whatever the case may be. It might be temporary now, but it's going to turn into permanent the way you carrying on the internet, talking about a case that you shouldn't even be talking about because, I mean, it's not really nobody's business what's going on between you and your husband and your kids, but you and your husband and your kids. And that's just, and the lawyers that's helping y'all situate this issue out. That's it, that's all. But you want to come to the internet and talk about it because you don't have no content. So this is what you have to resort to. You have to get on here and lie and lie and lie instead of telling the truth because you know you wasn't telling the truth when you was sitting up there talking about that. You were not. You were not telling the truth whatsoever. You were sitting up there lying, talking about some, well, I didn't get served any papers. Yeah, you didn't get served those papers because you hurried up and got up out of Texas and went on back to Florida because you didn't want to have to stay there off in Texas and be stuck down there and have to deal with all of that. I believe that came out of your mouth on one of your lives that you did around this time that all of this stuff was going on. So you know what? You just be getting her telling too many lies. And then you're going to sit there and say that you didn't know nothing about his relationship. You said it again. This was the second time that you had let that fly out your mouth. You didn't know nothing about his relationship, and then later on within that same live, in that same breath that had you out of breath because you know you was sitting up there lying. That's why you couldn't even breathe. You was sitting there telling so many damn lies, your ass was suffocating to breathe. You couldn't even breathe. I was like, damn, do we need to go get the oxygen tank for this bitch because she's about to run out of breath because she's lying too damn much? I was just wondering. I mean, because you sat up there and you said that he didn't tell you anything about that girl. And then you went down there trying to make things work with him. And then on top of that, you're going to say he left. The reason why he left you is because he said you was neglectful and you were this and you was that and the third. So, okay, come on, make this make sense. This is all that you said all in one breath. And that's why your ass couldn't catch your breath because your ass was lying. This is what you said. You was like, This is all. Listen up. I want y'all to listen to this fast talk because see, she's a fast talker. She could fast talk a stupid motherfucker, but she can't fast talk somebody that actually pays attention. So this is what she said. She said the reason why he left her in Florida is because she was wasn't because she was cheating. It was because she was neglectful and she wasn't doing this and she wasn't doing that when it came to the kids, and that's why he left. Okay, but she also said that he was abusive and that it was bruises and all types of stuff on her and that people seen them and this, that, and the third. But she went running down there to Texas after he told her not to come there. He told her when he left, when he was already in Texas and she was still in Florida, he told her, do not come where I'm at. Do not come here. She took it up on herself to go down there anyway because she thought in her mind that he was going to take her back because it was just one of these break up to make up situations, and it wasn't. She got slapped in the face with the bitch, I'm not getting back with you. But if you want to let me slide through and let me come in you, then hey, that's what's going to end up happening. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You chose that for yourself. And if you want to keep talking about it like you trying to make that girl mad, but you can't make her mad because you the one was allowing that to go on with your husband while he went back home to that girl. So that's on you. But anyways, you said that he was abusive. You said the reason why he left is because he was saying something about you being neglectful and so many other things or whatever. But you chose to run down there and chase after him. Make it make sense. It don't make no sense. If he was abusive and he was cheating on you and all of this type of stuff, why would you follow him down to Texas to? Why would you follow him down to Texas if that was the case? Don't mind my child. That's my child playing with the door, y'all. But anyways, why would you follow him down to Texas if he was so abusive and he was so this and he was so that? But he told you not to come down there because you already knew about his girlfriend. And in that same live, when you sat there and said that he left you because of those reasons of him saying that you was neglectful and all of that, that same live and that same breath, like I said, you couldn't catch, bitch. You said that, well, he was cheating on her the summer before we got married. And then when we got married, I found a picture in his phone. And then after I found a picture in his phone, then him and her would start messing around again. So, bitch, okay. You knew about the relationship before you went to Texas then, okay? Because that's where that girl was at. So you already knew about her. So why you try to make it seem like you didn't know nothing about her, you didn't know nothing about the relationship, and he told you that he was by himself when you knew he was staying with that girl. And then in the same fucking live, girl, I mean, you gotta be delusional as hell at this point. In the same live, you're gonna sit up there and say, oh, I went over there to go help him get his stuff from that girl's house because we said we was going to work it out. Like, girl, you was just all over the place in that damn live, just lying like a motherfucker, like you were not telling the truth to save your life. The truth is not in you. And then you're going to say, if anybody going to get her and tell my story, they're going to tell my story correctly, or you can come and get it from me. But you sat up there and lied the whole entire time that your ass was sitting there. You was not telling the truth at all. You was not telling the truth about anything that was coming out your mouth. You was lying, and lying. Talking about you didn't know nothing about that girl, then you knew something about her. Then he was abusive to you and all of that type of stuff. Oh, your kids have never been subjected to any type of violence, but yet he was whooping on you while you was pregnant with Robert. Make it make sense, and you continue to keep having babies with him, and he was so abusive. It doesn't make any sense, sweetheart. That's exactly why those kids is with their daddy and not with you, because you tell too many damn lies. And then not only that, there's proof to prove that you're unfit mother because of the things that you were showing on the camera. Then you want to sit there and say that your kids have not been subjected to nothing, and then you want to sit there and say that those men were not standing in the house with you. Zolo was staying there with you. So I don't know what you're talking about. He sure was staying there with you. You would kick him out, let him come back, kick him out, let him come back. And that was 3 times that he was able to come back there and lay his head in your household. So don't say that he was not staying there with you, because he was staying there with you. So if you're going to get on here, you need to stop lying and start telling the truth. And then when somebody asks you about that baby, you had the nerve to get a damn attitude. I wish the fuck I would be your supporter, and I done supported your virtual baby shower, and I asked you about that baby and you snap at me like that, bitch. I would have, you know what? I'm telling you, you're a piece of work, and that's exactly why you're going to forever be by yourself, and those kids is going to be with their dad, and you're going to have to continue to keep paying that child support.